How might we, get clients? By seeing the opportunities that are in our hand. Like Mark, there's shit in front of us or a Google click away at any moment. How do we get to that place? This.
Okay, I can share one successful client that I got, and then I have also gotten other leads, which I can share. I got those. The client I got was in a Facebook group for entrepreneurs. I offered like a free brand strategy package as a way of beta testing, like a mini package kind of situation that I was putting together. And I said, I made a post and I said, like, this is my background and this is what I'm offering. It's like free. I'm just looking for feedback. And I also said I'm looking to work with D2C wine companies, which at the time was not something that I was certain of whatsoever, but I was just like trying that out because Jonathan Stark told me to, like not personally, but I decided to try that. And it totally worked because this guy, like a few people commented on the post and said that they wanted to participate in the beta program. But then this one guy just saw the post and DM'd me and was like, hey, I know somebody who's starting a D2C wine company. Do you want me to put you in touch with them? And it was like magic. So then he put me in touch with this guy. I had a call with this dude. And then we started to have just like a casual kind of like Zoom call relationship. And then he said, oh, like somebody I know needs a wine label and like some strategy. Do you want to work with them? So he brought me into a project.
So then if we were to narrow down the takeaways there, what did exactly Jonathan Stark say to do?
his whole thing is the laser focused positioning statement.
Right.
He said on this podcast that I listened to, if you're not getting enough leads, it's probably because you don't have a narrow enough laser focused positioning statement. That's like, I help blank with blank. That was just me just trying that.
And you went into a space that there were people in.
There were entrepreneurs, but like all kinds of entrepreneurs.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
And then other leads have come from Lunch Club, actually. I recommend getting on that if you're looking to meet
What
people.
is Lunch Club? I know you guys have talked about it before, you and Aaron.
Yeah. Lunch Club is a tool that uses AI to connect people for like one-on-one, essentially. Like it's kind of like professionally getting coffee, but on Zoom. And it just like seemingly randomly like connects you with people, except it does it pulls data from your LinkedIn profile. So like it links you up automatically with people who you have something in common with, and you can like adjust your settings to say what you're looking for.
Is this a separate app from LinkedIn that pulls?
Yes, it's not affiliated with LinkedIn at all. It just like you just connect your account with it, and it's a web app. It's not even, I don't think they even have like a mobile app.
Nice.
But also like my approach, I guess backing up from that a little bit, like a big takeaway there was like my approach to, if I don't have enough leads, is to just like try and talk to and meet as many people as I possibly can who like are somewhat either related to branding, design, or like the industry that I want to work in, or multiple industries I want to work in, and just try to like talk to them.
That's awesome, Zoe.
Yeah. Not necessarily like as, oh, I think this person's going to be my client, but just talking to people.
Yeah. Courtney, did you have any follow-up with that? You're welcome to lead this.
I just wanted to confirm that your like website or social media account didn't necessarily play a role in this, or how much of a role did it play?
Yeah, no, because my Instagram is a pretty, I think I have like 400 or something followers, and it's like personal. I don't think, like I make sure that on all my channels I have a link. So I do have a website, but I didn't have it until really recently. So a lot of this happened before that. I at least put the all I did was like adjusted, like, okay, for a long time before I had a website, I just like made sure that it said Brand Strategist in my Instagram profile, so that if people like found me, maybe if they arrived there like secondarily or whatever, they knew they were in the right place. But there wasn't like I don't know. It's like, I mean, it's videos of me roller skating and dancing, so it's pretty unrelated.
I have not really been good about like updating Instagram. I will every now and then, but like I rarely post, and I think I've gotten like one inquiry from Instagram, but most of my referrals just come from networking locally. I, like Zoe said, like I talk to tons of designers that are in like the local Detroit area and just kind of network with them on Instagram, I guess is the way to do it. When we weren't like quarantined, I was really involved in AIGA Detroit and just like going to their events. And so just like, I don't know, like I hate networking, and like lunch club just scares me. Like I would hate to like just meet up with like someone strange. I know Erin said it's not as scary as it seems, but like I am more of like, I find it harder to network, but just like going into groups where I feel really comfortable, like, you know, design groups or whatever, somewhere where I can just kind of like be myself, and just meet people and talk to people. And then from that, I know a ton of designers that don't do brand strategy, but they do, you know, they have a business doing signage. So I get a ton of referrals from them because people contact them thinking that they do branding for some reason. And then they just refer them to me, to like, you know, I don't know. So local people, that's been really helpful for me.
I have not been great on social media these past 6 months, but most of my business have been coming from like being involved in like local organizations for entrepreneurs, and just letting people know that I do brand strategy and just talking about it. Sometimes, at least in my particular area, they host, the city hosts different networking events. So sometimes if you can check to see if there's like business opportunities or things that they're trying to push for small businesses in your area. Sometimes the city or state, they're trying to hold different networking events that I attend. And that's helpful as well. And just reaching out to people that you most likely are scared to reach out to. I know it's easier said than done, but I know for myself, one of my goals is to try to educate small businesses about different things when it comes to branding and strategizing and whatnot. And I actually pushed myself to actually talk to someone with the city who helps small businesses. And I've actually got a call coming up in a couple weeks. But it, like, you have to start to actually like kind of just put it out there and shoot your shot, so to speak, to see if you can get something to happen. But not a lot of social media has helped. And I just have one page up really for my website, by the way, because I'm revamping it. And I haven't been like stressing myself out as far as like putting something together, because I've had a website up for years and I will have people come on there, but not actually, you know, try to actually get my services. But just having that one page up, like, contact me if you need anything, because I just wanted something up to kind of like relieve the pressure. Like, I need a website, I need to have something up, blah, blah, blah. I am revamping it, but now I don't have so much pressure on myself, like, oh, the website is what's going to get me jobs, or social media is what's going to get me jobs. It's really networking with people. And that's something that somebody told me a while ago that I try to remember. is that I really have to network with people and communicate with people, not just rely on people to come to me.
I still have yet to work with my ideal client, right? But I'm working it. Like I am out there trying to make friends, trying to add value where I can, and really trying to play the long game. So if I read an article with somebody who's saying something that I really appreciate or can connect with, like I'll reach out to them, or people on LinkedIn, I'll DM them. I mean, those are the things that I've been doing. Like I said, I haven't seen great results yet, but I feel like it's necessary work, and I got to do it if I want to get to where I'm going.
I want to add actually, Molly, that I'm glad you mentioned that like a lot of these things, like they don't necessarily feel like, oh, I'm getting a ton of clients or I'm getting a ton of leads, but it does just feel good, I think.
Yeah, totally. You get to talk with cool people.
I'll just kick off with a little story, right? So Mark, who's in the boot camp, came to me when we were doing just a little bit of coaching together, and he was feeling frustrated and directionless and a bit heavy. And his problem was, I don't know how to find clients. I really need some help, just a route to take so that I can start getting some clients in. And at the start of the conversation, I was aware that 2 days previously, Courtney had posted in the jobs channel in Slack a job opportunity. And in my head, I was thinking, I don't remember seeing your name popping up, and I'm going to ask you if you applied. But I waited and I dug in and just asked him about his experiences and feelings and his frustrations. And when we got down to it, I asked, did you see the job opportunity that Courtney posted? Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Did you get in touch with Courtney? No. Why didn't you get in touch? Because it's not that he didn't know how to find clients. That wasn't the issue. It's that he was very justifiably and very understandably weighed down by the heaviness of the pressure of the idea of finding clients. It's fucking scary. What if I fuck it up? What if I get a client and then inevitably disappoint them? What if I get the wrong client and waste my time or constrict myself or put myself in a negative situation? What if I can't find anybody? What if I'm not worth anyone's time? What if my ideal client doesn't exist? What if I don't have enough? What if I'm not enough? Those are the questions that I think are the most common, constant core alliteration of the issue of finding clients. Yes, there are tactical solutions and opportunities, but without fucking doubt, the most common problem is I'm shit fucking scared and I'm holding myself back and staying in my comfort zone, my weirdly uncomfortable comfort zone, because out there is the unknown, and it's fucking terrifying. And you know me, I bring everything back to the brain. Always. Like if anyone has asked me, like, how might I get clients? Start with the brain is my fucking first answer. Everything. First check in on the brain. What are our assumptions about what we're supposed to be doing? What language are we using? Well, I'm supposed to have my website up. Oh, there's the word supposed to. Why is that? Why are we concentrating on the website? What's that going to do? Well, I need to get clients. Okay. How many people come by your website each month now? I've no fucking idea. Probably none. Then who gives a shit, right? Social media, exact same thing. like the search for the ideal client, which is like a beautiful, noble pursuit to kind of find people we love. But it doesn't mean we need to, like, where's the danger? We know this. It's in the word ideal, perfectionism. So that, like, we might kind of not see the opportunities in front of us because they might not feel like, well, it's just not a sure thing. It's not like ideal. Instead of just treating it like a meandering journey of experience and experimentation along the way, right? And once we've sat with our assumptions, maybe I don't need a fucking website. What am I trying to do? Do I need like money in next week, or do I have a couple of months to sit on this and really, develop like my business vision, what I want? And then we can look at our expectations. Like, well, if I get 1,000 new followers, I'll get 10 clients. No, you fucking won't. It's not the way Instagram works, for example. And like, who mentioned the long game? Molly? Boom. Our expectation that like getting clients is a short game. No, it's fucking not. No, it's not. And if we need a short game, we can get one. Once we have a solid foundation, once we're in a healthy space of, you know what? I'm not in a state of desperation. I have like 2 or 3 months runway. I don't need to get any clients for 3 months. I can survive. So I can patiently pour my effort into finding what makes me happy and following that. We'll get to that. But like once we're in a base headspace where I feel like I am enough and I have enough as I am now we can jet off from that foundation and not worry about the short game. And if we do need to get to the short game, we can just reach out to, like, we can do anything. There's a million tactics we can do. For example, reaching out to every single former client and saying, hi, this is what I'm doing now. If you know anyone who might be interested, give me a shout. How are you? Want to grab coffee? But people don't do that because it's fucking scary, right? Anyway, once we've set, like, made sure that our brain is in a good space, right? We check our assumptions and we create and manage our own expectations. Then we're fucking free to lean into having fun. Like you just heard from everyone here. What was the common theme? Fun. Have fun. And then, like, what do we mean by having fun? Just letting go of the idea of, oh shit, I think I should be on Clubhouse. Oh fuck, I'm supposed to be on Lunch Club. No, like, what do you fucking love? Well, I'm Izzy and I love fucking movies and making videos. So I'm gonna go fucking join some fucking video clubs because I want to hang out with those people. I'm gonna fucking join some queer spaces because Emily reminded me that, like, I don't do that and I really want to be part of that. Well, like, what the fuck? So I'm just gonna lean into that and have fun. I'm not trying to get anything other than joy. Like, once there's a solid foundation, once there's a strategy, the tactics come easy. And it's so common in a conversation around how to find clients that we skip straight to the tactics. But we know as strategists that doesn't fucking work. We've got to get a solid strategy in place, a solid foundation. Then the tactics will come, and they'll come fucking easy. Googling stuff is easy. Finding out about things like Lunch Club is a fucking couple of clicks away when we're in a good headspace. The headspace is the most important thing, I would argue. Like Angie, it's amazing. She said, I find it hard to network, right? Angie goes to events with a fucking letterpress with her and makes t-shirts live with people. How terrifying is that? But like, that's in her comfort zone. Why? Because it's fucking fun to her. She doesn't translate it as like painful or scary. She translates it as fun. That's all we need to lean into. Have fun. And once we start having fun, the next step is out loud. Like I, for example, right now have shit tons of fun in our community. And by the way, in answer to the question, where did my clients come from? It's in the community. Everything comes from the communities I'm in. All my clients come as referrals from me known fun people. That's it. And if I just expand my circles by concentrating on having fun, then I'll get more leads and whatnot, right? So yeah, that's like, how might we, get clients? By seeing the opportunities that are in our hand. Like Mark, there's shit in front of us or a Google click away at any moment. How do we get to that place? this. My name is Nick and I'm done speaking.
Oh, mic drop, Nick. Nice.
There's a article that I shared in the Slack that Nick, you commented asking for the takeaways because you have to subscribe to this guy's newsletter to read it, which is sort of annoying.
I did.
But
I subscribed and read it and then unsubscribed.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to share because I thought it was like really interesting because this guy is super, super talented and like appears to be very successful. Who knows? I don't know the guy, but where did it go? I wanted to read some of what he did because it was so cool. So he said that when he first started as a designer, he printed expensive, fancy business cards, which I think is a great idea. Personally, I have business cards, they're square. And every time I give one to someone, they're like, oh my God, it's square. It's like the easiest way to get someone to remember you. But his were like super cool and expensive. And he said people actually held onto them as inspiration pieces. Another thing is he would reach out to people on LinkedIn that he thought were interesting. And he would just say he would just send them a personal note saying like, happy holidays, but never copy and paste. Like they were always personal and he never asked for anything in return. He went to networking events outside of his own industry. So he became the go-to design guy. And he also just started making free websites for people and giving them to them and he made one for Hooters, which is a huge company, but and then he just sent it to them. I was like, this is yours if you want it, but I'm not going to make any changes. If you want any changes, I'll charge you. And he ended up, and that was totally playing the long game. He said it was years before some of those people on LinkedIn started to talk to him and reach back out for work. But it's clearly worked really well for this guy.
We were talking about playing the long game. That was it. Honestly, it was people that I've been speaking to since January that just didn't have the budget then or weren't the right fit then. And they just kind of came back and decided oh, hey, I'm ready now. So that was really exciting. One was a referral from someone from a community that I joined a couple months ago. And it is really the long game. But right now I'm just in a place where it's okay, I have no clients that I'm currently talking to and getting on calls with. So 3 months from now they'd come back or something like that. So I'm just trying to stay in positive and in the now.
Yeah. Well, great job getting this far. I mean, it's good to remember once we got to a space to also look how did we get here and retrace our steps, because that might inform what we want to do going forward or what we don't want to do. If you're oh, I didn't like doing all that stuff, even though it got me here, maybe you want to change up the game. The other thing is listen to the beginning of this call, because there was a lot of really good, rich feedback and opinions and advice and things that people have tried about getting clients. So there might be some extra ideas in there for you. As far as your positioning and feeling maybe not secure in it, or are you doing it right or whatnot, I'll share just my perspective. And then if anyone wants to jump in, Nick, if you want to ask questions after, because I'm sure you will. Something that has been helping me, because yes, I have felt, I know you asked, have you ever felt like that? Yes, completely felt like that, showing up in the world oh no, what if I say something wrong? What if this isn't the vibe I want to put out or the people I want to attract? What has really helped me is to see it as an ever-evolving, myself as an ever-evolving person, as my business is ever-evolving, and that it's a conversation. And conversations are fluid, conversations morph, conversations grow. And every time I put something out in the world, it's almost like an experiment. Like, is this going to catch? Oh, it's not going to. Oh, that's actually not how I want to display myself to the world. I want to change it up the next time. And being okay with doing something quote unquote wrong, or something that I feel like I've put out. I'll give you an example. I've put out social media posts that we look back now and we're like, well, that's not uncertified. And we want this uncertified positioning. And we're like, gosh, I put out so many posts that actually tell a different message. But for me, I might feel the sting at first, but then realize that, bless you, that it's that it gives me information. It informs me what to do next and what I want next. And I can look at it not as a failure or something wrong, but as like, you know what, I actually don't want to keep going in that direction, and use it as a way to evolve into what I'm becoming. And so I don't see anything, or myself included, as fixed. But it's a constant, I think, conversation I even need to have with myself when those emotions come up, because they definitely do.
Used to fucking question everything, and my shit was all over the place too. I had a business, and I'm doing that because I failed to run it, right? It was a dysfunctional business called Evil Fairy. And I was trying to, like, you know, it was like a mixture of me enjoying myself, but really a mixture of that and then just loads of supposed tos and shoulds. So I found myself in this weird space where I was trying to be like smart with my positioning, and like everything was very analytical instead of me just being me. You know, things have been like a lot fucking smoother and better since I've been just Nick instead of like Evil Fairy, or the next iteration of Lions and Tigers and Bears, which, you know, was only ever a concept and stuff, until I found the ability to kind of just lean into myself. Anything I say is going to end up at the exact same place, but I'm just kind of going to go back to the foundation, right? So it's going to end at the exact same place that you guys were just talking about. But what stood out to me there in terms of what you were talking about in terms of confidence, and like, you know, is it always going to be like this, or is it going to get better? As long as we treat confidence as a destination, something that's over the horizon, that we're going to get to through these tactical evolutions, like you know, more experience, more expertise, we're fucked, right? There's a reason that Maya Angelou and Michelle Obama feel like frauds and think that any day now they're going to get found out, right? And they're extremely fucking successful people by all accounts. Ergo, it's not any level of success, experience, expertise, or anything like that that's going to get us to a place of confidence. The great thing is that we can feel confident today, once we analyze and reflect on where that confidence deserves to come from. Because it's not a destination. Happiness, not a destination. It's a necessary ingredient. It's the first step. It's our companion on the journey. Because like, we're asking ourselves, like, is what I'm doing good enough? To who? Most of the time it's to us. And like, for me, I always felt that because I had a big self-image problem. I didn't trust myself. I didn't have faith in myself. I didn't really like myself. And I didn't really, it took me ages to register that, like, that was the problem. And if I overcame that, if I focused on and you know, slowly, patiently overcame that problem, knowing that that's the problem, that's where fucking life-changing happiness and confidence came from. And that's where, oh, whatever I do is good enough, because I'm ready to fucking totally fall on my face in front of everyone. That's where that shit came from. And there we're ending up where Belinda and you were a moment ago, in terms of an ever evolving experiment, right? But how do we get there? By embracing, I don't fucking know. By embracing, like, I'm going to go fuck some shit up. I'm going to go make some mistakes. I'm going to go get spaghetti on my face. and have a constant, I love what you said there, Melinda, about having constant conversation with ourselves. Like that's the most important thing for me, and not having a bullying session with ourselves, but having a conversation founded upon awareness of the real problem, which is like, you know, feelings of guilt, shame, not being worthy, not having enough, etc. And having really listening to those voices, and then coming at them with like compassion and hugs and hot chocolate. You know, no armor, no shield, no sword. And once we can kind of forgive ourselves our own flaws and get to a place where we can validate ourselves, then we're the ones who get to tell ourselves, oh yeah, of course what I'm doing is good enough because, you know, I'm fucking trying. I'm getting out of bed and I'm fucking trying. And even if I'm not trying, even if tomorrow I don't try at all, that's okay too. I'm just trying to fucking find happiness on this spinning ball of lunatics in the middle of space, right? And then when we do like want validation, i.e., no, I'm literally just wondering whether my positioning and the words I'm using here is like getting to the right audience or saying the right things. Well then once we're in a happy space, we're free to, see you, Zoe, just have open, honest, frank, candid communication with whoever it is we're talking to, whether that's a client, you know, we can ask people in our community, whatever. But it's that foundation, I think, is the key to confidence. It's never experience, it's never expertise, it's never knowledge. It's shit. Sorry to be a hack about it, but it's self-love. To me. What do you think about that?
I love that. That was a lot, but I love that.
I think my favorite quote was trying to find happiness on this spinning ball of lunatics.